Everyone, look at this air conditioning unit and feel sorry for it. Because the other day, I almost killed it. Hey everybody, this is Emily, and yes, I would like to tell you the saga of what happened the other day with our air conditioning unit. Along the way, we're going to learn a couple of lessons, like as in common sense, and also why you shouldn't freak out when something happens that looks like it's going to turn out bad. So you may or may not know that we are off the grid with water, so we collect water where we can, including from the air conditioning unit. Yes, we get, in the hottest parts of the summer, we will get 2 gallons of water. We will collect about 2 gallons of water per day, which is a good bit coming out of this little space here. But this air conditioner unit, like all air conditioner units, dehumidify the air, and the water has to go somewhere, right? But I noticed that the little hole up here was not dripping water. Not dripping water. And I looked, what is going on? And I looked down inside, and you can't see it now, but there was a bunch of gunk buildup. There's still gunk buildup over here. It's too dark for you to see it. But a whole lot of icky gunk had developed in the water. Do you see the hole down there? See that hole right there? That's where it drips out, and there was a whole lot of gunk covering up that hole. And so what we started to do is we started to stick a wire down there, this piece of long wire, to open up the hole so that the water would start dripping again. So where does the gunk come from, you might ask? Well, obviously this air conditioning unit is sticking out in the outside, and we get a good bit of sandy dust, so that's at least part of what happened. Also this year we have another phenomenon going on. Yep, a wasp's nest right above the air conditioning unit. Every once in a while, these bad wasp mamas let one of their little larvae drop down. And some of them a few of them, not very many, have ended up in there, and I think that hasn't helped the process. Now, we're keeping it covered with this row cover here. I have it uncovered for the purpose of this video. But yeah, that could be part of it. We've had decaying insects in there. So what happened? The other day I noticed that again it wasn't dripping, and I was getting really frustrated because I count on that water. I count on that water to use for outdoor things. So I noticed it on my way out to go harvest a couple of cucumbers for lunch, and on my way back I decided I needed to take care of that, and I needed to take care of it now. So I pushed the row cover aside, and with the cucumbers in one hand and the wire in the other, I began sticking the wire down. And by the way, I should tell you, the air conditioning unit was on at the time. Yes, I know, some of you are going to say, okay, Emily, not smart to stick things down into an appliance that is running. Well, but look, okay, here's the hole way over there. The fan blade is on the other side. And I had done this before when it was running. Jerry had done it before when it was running. Never any problem. But this particular day, I had cucumbers in one hand, okay? I had never done this one-handed before, but I had cucumbers in one hand. I picked up the wire with one hand and began to move the wire down. Well, I'm trying to hold on to the cucumbers and not drop them. And so I ended up doing this deal. Went right against the blade of the fan. Zoop! Went the wire. All of a sudden, the wire was in my hand 1 second, totally gone the next second, and all of a sudden, this horrible noise coming from inside the air conditioner unit, and I started screaming, "Turn it off! Turn it off! Turn it off!" Why was I screaming? Well, I wanted somebody to turn it off, and the air conditioner was on, so, nobody was going to hear me if I just spoke in a regular voice. And also, I was the only one outside. I knew Jerry and Benjamin were inside, and I knew that they were hearing that clanking going on, so I started screaming, hoping somebody would see me. But somebody didn't turn off the air conditioning unit as quickly as I wanted them, and so I rushed inside the house. Just as I rushed inside, Jerry was at the air conditioning unit, pressing the power button, turning it off. And he looked at me with this a look of bewilderment on his face. what? You know, I don't think he said anything. He was just looking at me. Well, what on earth just happened? And, you know, without needing to be asked, I told him, let's take the wire in the air conditioner. I think I broke it. I was convinced I had broken the air conditioning unit. You're going to have to take it apart. And you know, I had the cucumbers. What does that mean? It means it was almost lunchtime. And we were planning to go swimming afterwards. So not only had I broken the air conditioning unit, we were going to have to give up our plans to go to the lake and instead drive the hour that it takes to get to the nearest Lowe's and buy a new air conditioning unit. I couldn't say I was sorry enough. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. I didn't know. Jerry wasn't happy either. But he removed the air conditioner from the window and started trying to get the back off. And if you're old enough and you're experienced enough with appliances, that you know the manufacturer does not want you taking it apart. If it needs to be taken apart, you need to take it to an actual repair person, because they are the experts. They know how to take it apart. But, you know, Jerry does have a degree in electrical engineering, okay? And this is more mechanical than anything. So he got it off the window. He set it down over by the peach trees, started taking off the screws, got all the screws off, and the back would not come off. Now it was his turn to get upset. Of course, I saw him getting upset, and what happened to me, I felt even more guilty. It's all my fault. I've ruined our whole day, and now we're going to have to go spend $300 on a new unit. So Jerry went inside, went online, and looked up on how to remove the back of this particular model of a Frigidaire air conditioner. Figured out how to do it, did it, and I'm happy to say this is the very same wire. It is the same length as it was before. It's a little bent out of shape, but it had just the fan had grabbed it and wrapped it around itself. There was no internal damage to any of whatever pieces make it actually run. There was no damage. There was no damage to the fan. Whew. And life became good again. So what are the lessons we can learn from the saga of the wire getting caught in the air conditioning fan? Well, lesson number 1, don't ever stick a wire into an air conditioner that is running. Yes, one of those life lessons that has such a broad application to life. The second lesson we can learn is if you do something stupid, if you forget common sense for a moment and you do something stupid that causes a problem, it'll probably turn out better than you thought. And even if it doesn't, life will move on. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up and share it. I will see you for the next video. In the meantime, keep smiling and keep growing.